Oh, safe, here we go. No, don't do it. No!
Look at that rock! Oh my god! It's so cozy right now. I've got my big hoodie, I've got my little jammies. It's perfect Gran Turismo attire, I think. Hey guys, Jimmy here, and welcome back to another video. And I'm not quite sure if you've figured this out by now, but GT7 was released recently. I mean, you may have noticed, because literally every motherfucker is playing it right now, which is to be expected. And I myself have put in about 18 hours of stream time of the game since its release, which is, yeah. I'm surprised that I still have a girlfriend, to be honest. But I have already found my favourite feature in this game, something that I've enjoyed doing on stream, and actually off stream as well, because it's just fun to play around with. I first saw this feature actually back during the State of Play a month or so ago, where Yamauchi-san basically said that GT7 will simulate the entire known universe, because why the fuck not? And that is rain! Wet weather driving in Gran Turismo 7. Now, rain and weather in sort of sim and racing titles has never really been done well. I mean, it's been done okay. I think like a Assetto Corsa Competizione probably does it best at the moment with how cars feel and how the puddles force you offline. And RF2 also does a fairly good job of sort of simulating a track evolving over the course of rain coming down onto the circuit. But for me, GT7 has just done an absolutely awesome job of introducing console peasants, looking at you, to wet weather driving in sims. I'm joking about the peasant comment, by the way. I'm actually a massive console enthusiast. Please don't flame me in the comments. Or do actually, it's good engagement. So, YouTuber life. So I thought what I would do is show off my favourite part of Gran Turismo 7 in a race in GT7, funnily, and start a race with a pretty much dry track and watch as it gets wetter and wetter as time goes on, and how you have to adapt to that as a driver. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video and your point, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribbling. I've been streaming this game a hell of a lot recently, so if you want to see more of this stuff on stream, see it live, then subscribe to be notified of when I do eventually go live. Makes sense. Also, as an aside, I've got my very, very special racing shoes on. Look at these motherfuckers. These guys. No racewear does better shoes than this. Comfy, stylish. No. I've got to put my leg down now because I'm old and this hurts. So here we are then in GT7, ready to take on our wet weather race. But as you can see right now, it is dry because I've set the race up to get progressively wetter as we go on. So it should start nice and lovely with all these nice clouds in the sky. And then as we get into it, we're going to start seeing a little bit of rain, then torrential rain. And then it will sort of get a bit better towards the end of the race. The reason why I'm doing things that way is, one, because I want to show off the wet weather, because I absolutely love that in GT7, and then two, I want to show off my favourite bit of this game, which is how the track develops and evolves during changeable conditions, because it is just unreal, especially when you consider it's in a Gran Turismo game. My car for this excursion, by the way, is the glorious Toyota AE86, 11 though, not the Tirano, with a couple of small mods to it just to make it a little bit peppier down the straight, only like another extra 10 horsepower or so, and some better suspension. Tyres are going to be comfort medium, so we're going to be suffering whatever we do, and hopefully having this light, agile, cute box is going to keep us safe in the wet conditions. Right, so here we go. This should be pretty cool. So we're starting off back of the field in a 20-car field here, which means that when it does start raining, these guys are going to carve out the line very nicely for us. And for the first few laps or so, it will just be dry. It will be nice and dry, but you'll notice as we go on, there'll be more and more clouds in the sky. It will get ever darker, and then suddenly that weather radar down the bottom is going to show a sheet of blue on, which will basically be, hey yo, that be water. So until then, we're going to just try and keep it in one piece and try and make our way through the just normally eclectic mix of cars that you tend to get on Gran Turismo games. We've got a old Skyline in front of us as well, a Toyota Aqua, because why the hell not? And other little cuties as well, as I try not to send myself off the course. Something else you're going to want to notice before the rain does fall is just below in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see next to the tyre indicator, a rain indicator. And that bar will slowly fill up as time goes on, as my guy in front has a of a tank slapper, and that will indicate how wet the track is. And on that bar at the very top, the bar will change from white to blue, and that'll mean we're aquaplaning. So all information that you just store for now as we wait for the rain to come. But for now, we'll just yacht round for a bit and have fun being in an 8.6 with an open diff, because the way this race is set up rain-wise is that, as you can see, the clouds are now starting to get a bit darker. And about midpoint through the race, 4 or 5 laps in, there's going to be torrential rain. Then it will clear up slightly towards the end. So yeah, it's going to be fairly intense when the rain comes. I'm interested to see how the AI adapt to it, as me as well, as I miss my braking point. I'm doing that in the dryer. No fucking chance in the wet. What the hell is that up there? This is why I love GT, man. It's just some absolute old lad vibing in the 1920s Mercedes-Benz. So, yeah, I'm going to take my priceless car racing around Scuba, mate, with loads of other absolute weepabills. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's getting it loose! What a king! See you later, lad. What a mad cunt. But now that you can see, it's starting to get a little bit hazy. Starting to get to the point you can almost smell the rain in the air. I love the atmosphere that the change of weather gives in GT7. And we're about to get nice and wet. And that lovely blue that we had a couple of laps ago has now transformed into grey. The clouds getting nearer, it's getting hazier. And very, very shortly, I suspect we're going to start seeing spots of rain on our windscreen. And Alfa Romeo in front. Oh my God. Oh, he's sending it! Go on, lad. The leaders, though, have kind of left. I'm 27 seconds behind the leaders. Let's probably try and make an effort to catch them a little bit if I want to win this race. Sorry, BRZ. This is 8.6 territory now. Look at that! Look how grim this looks now. Just compare it to how it was a couple of laps ago, and you can really see how quickly this has gone from being a lovely day to British weather. It looks just super foreboding, doesn't it? It looks like typhoon season weather is about to hit us. It somehow feels warm and humid at the same time, despite the fact that I'm sitting here in my gaming chair, and there we go, just like that. Pretty damn heavy rain starts coming down, and already you can see in the bottom left there, the track is getting wetter. Now you'll see over the next couple of laps that this sort of drier line is where we're going to want to stay, because the off line is going to start getting greasy very, very quickly. This is all sped up, of course. You see even heavier rain now. Still up to my best lap time, but I'm not quite sure what that says about my driving so far in this race. You can see the deeper the colour on the weather radar, the more fucked we are, basically. Nice lap there, 116, so now I've got to start being really careful with that brake pedal, because no ABS, of course, so make a mistake, we're going to go off into the undergrowth, to the jungle. Coming up on some lapped cars as well here, who are all struggling, and already I've taken a chunk out of a leader. Easy now, easy now. Having to start employing the karting technique, and I found that this actually works, which I'm really impressed with when it comes to the GT7, is that in karting, I find that in the wet driving, and we've tried it in the Prague as well recently, it's pretty effective if you're brave enough to do it. You sort of slightly overspeed into the corner and do the last bit of slowing down by scrubbing your front tyres. Basically, in we go. Oh, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. That's not what I meant. That's not it. But you're seeing how lethal it is. Just one misstep there, and I was straight off. Right now, wheel spinning, straight off into the undergrowth. Something you've got to be very careful, because this open diff is sort of spin the wheels a bit. Oh god. Done it again. See how that's just caught me out. I need to really slow this thing down. Because now we're into like aquaplaning conditions. There is still a bit of a dry line. Tiny bit of a dry line. You can see compared to this side to that side, a little bit of less water there. I'm going to be searching for that as best I can. There you go. Starting to be able to lock it in now. And doing that basically locks the car into understeer. That part of the corner, which isn't a bad thing in the wet, because as you'll probably see as we start trying to go a bit quicker, we're going to start to move around a bit. The car's going to not really want to do anything with us. This AI is struggling there. But us, in the superior 8.6 QT. About to have a massive crash, aren't I? Don't want to go onto the right here, because that's just slick. There you go, nice, nice, slow. We're in no rush. But now, the rain is going to start tapering off a little bit, which means that it should hopefully get a bit easier to drive on. You can see on this side of the circuit, the meter goes up. This side, the meter goes down, because over there it's all wet and horrible. We had torrential rain, but now it's going to start not drying out, because it's still raining, but a line will start to form with this less rain. And you can see it, look at that, look how cool that looks, man. I can tell you from my limited experience running in the wet, this is kind of very similar to what you see when you're out in the circuit. You see patches start to get dry, and you know where to aim for. And on the other side, you also see the bit that's all horrible and greasy. Well, don't go there, otherwise you're going to have a big old sad memento. Curves are also quite scary, don't know why I use it there. We are gaining on the leader, come on. Using that technique there is really nice. Then you have to also deal with the oversteer on exit when you do that. So the weather radar, now it seems that the rain has passed somewhat, or is about to pass anyway. So now we're going to start getting a little bit of a drying line forming. Yeeting it up the inside there. And the car starts to feel a little bit more planted again. Not quite having all those oversteer moments. You can see we're still kicking up some spray in our little cutie. But now we're going to start carving a path for ourselves. And this is what I'm interested for you guys to see, because I think this is just amazing. Look on the outside there. Look how just that band of wet track, whereas where we've run before is all nice and dry. We're going to try and keep on that now. How cool does that look, man? I love this stuff, I really do. I can nerd out for ages in this stuff. And I would love to see the other sort of, the big PC sims start doing this sort of stuff. I know iRacing has some really cool stuff coming, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they can offer, but this is a pretty good benchmark, visually. If we try and go out, let's try and get onto that simple stuff, we can see what happens, because I'm not really showing you that. So we just get onto here. Straight away, car spins up. Just awesome, man. There's a license test, by the way, that actually shows this really well. The last special license is basically this, in a 917K at Spa, and it is awesome. I think it shows off this wet, dry circuit evolution just super well. You can see now as well, because the circuit's drying up, I'm no longer catching leaders, which sucks, but that's not really what we're here to show off today. Let's see how close we can get to our dry time if I start pushing it. I mean, the track is still a little bit wet. You can see our little aqua friend in front having a struggle. Oh no, onto the wet stuff, onto the wet stuff. Oh, that was close. Nearly a monumental crash. Still being nice and easy on the brake, not really trying to push it at all. I know if I just snag a tyre on the wet stuff, that's it. Talking from experience. Oh man. Of course, in real life, the transition is nowhere near as quick. This is just for the sort of purpose of the video. But I think it's really damn cool that they've gone to this detail. Because I always find with wet weather in games, once it's in games, people use it for like just a bit of fun, not as like a serious let's go racing in the wet. Everyone always wants to race in the dry. I want to go quick, but I think it's really cool this detail's been paid, and I'm hoping that we see a lot more of this sort of thing as time goes on in other video games. Go onto the wet now. Yeah, you do that, you do that. Yeah, there's nothing. Awesome, really great, and the pit lane as well is absolutely just soaked. So if you try to go to the pit lane, you just ruin it. But guys, that was and is my favourite part of Gran Turismo 7. The wet weather in this game is just unreal. I'm a massive fan, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. So yeah, that's my favourite thing about GT7. I love the wet weather driving, the transition of the circuit as well as it goes from being wet to dry and then dry to wet, and that dry line forming there towards the end. I think it's just awesome. I love the attention to detail that has been shown there, and seeing other cars run over part of a circuit and then that circuit then becoming drier as the water is displaced. It's just the amount that goes into simulating that sort of thing is mad. And as just a massive sim racing nerd, seeing that we have this now in a console game, this level of detail in sort of wet to dry conditions is insane. Massive fan of that, and I can't wait to see this sort of technology develop as time goes on. If you did enjoy the video, I'd appreciate hitting the like button. Subscribe as well if you want to, of course. I've got to say a massive thank you to my patrons and sponsors. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and allowing me to make content like this pretty much whenever the hell I want. Take care, have an awesome day. See you all next time.